Right, so we're supposed to do this yesterday, market recap, but a couple of things got in the way, so we're actually going to do it this morning and go over all the trades that we've taken this week. Going back over it all from the top to the bottom, we're actually sitting at minus 1%, but we do have a couple of trades running, one at plus 3%, and another one just sitting at break even. So we do think we are going to finish this week strong, considering we are down 6% at the start of the week. You have to stay calm, not chase situations, not chase trades to try and make your money back, because you end up losing more money. So I start off with 𝗙់𝗹𝗶𝗹. I mean, that was our first losing trade, minus 2%. Let's try and remember where we actually got in and what it is we were looking at. So yeah, it was this double bottom right about here. Once we actually had broken out, we had sort of retested the 0.786 Fibonacci level, so we just go ahead, speed that up and play it. You'll be able to see exactly what happened. And then we got our entry round about that double bottom. So you can see this double bottom here. We got our entry round about here, and then we managed to get that nice up, and we actually closed out on that candle here, because as you know, we have that push, we have that pull. I can't remember the exact reason for closing it, if it was just the actual price action that we're looking at, thinking it could be a reversal, but we had that nice push up. We did get, you know, a good bit of profit on that first trade. So let me have a look. We actually got plus 4% on that, but we also entered another on 𝗙់𝗹𝗶𝗹, a buy position too, that also cost us 2%. So on this pair specifically, we actually made 2%, 4% on the first one, and then minus 2 on the second. So 𝗙്𝗹𝗶𝗹 is the way, so that puts us at plus 2%. Then GBP/GPY was also a loss, so that was minus 2%. In fact, at the time of this video, I think I'm actually going to enter this live right now, because if it meets 3-1, then it does. So we're actually going to enter this live. And the reason we are going to enter this live is because we have obviously created that double top on a Fibonacci level, the 0.236 Fibonacci level. This is, of course, bullish structure. We have had that massive bullish run up, so we're expecting a pull this move. So that's the push, the pull back, and then we were expecting some buyers to come back in. But what's happened is we've actually created quite a big bearish move just now, breaking this low. So that is, we start a new bearish structure. We have a lower low, and now we are forming a lower high in the form of a double top. So that is telling us that the sellers are still in control. We may actually have another leg down. Now, where is the leg down? A very easy target, and a very likely target is 0.5 Fibonacci level, where this low was printed on the 1st of June 2021. So now we'll have a double top. If we zoom in, it would make perfect sense to take a short position and have our stop loss behind these highs. The structure and everything of the actual trade is there. There's just not really many convincing candlesticks, but you can get caught out by waiting for that perfect candlestick, and then it just tanks straight to take profit. So we are actually going to enter this, and we're going to enter it live. You can see here 14.1 is the stop loss in pips. So we're going to put that into the calculator, 14 GPY. Now we have our lot size, and then we just go in. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take the stop loss, and we're not going to sometimes we don't even add in the take profit just yet, because we want to get in quick. But always make sure that you set the stop loss as 155.496, and then you go back, you remember what your lot size is. So we've got a lot size, and we have entered. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add that to the entered list, and then of course we have another pair 𝗙cy NZD that needs to go on that list. And this is a good way of making sure that you have all your trades in the right places, so you're not having pairs all in the one list, because then it just becomes a mental nightmare trying to go through them all and find the ones that are actually traded right now, ones that are ready next week or maybe need a little bit more development. But just looking at Aussie New Zealand dollar right now, it doesn't look too good now that we've printed that candle. So we were expecting that 0.283 Fibonacci, but now it's not even the 0.2, it's actually just the bottom of resistance of this support zone that we had on, and now it's been attacked all the way through it, found support all the way down here, and now we're actually coming back up to retest the high. So we are going to leave this on. We managed to do fine, push the price action down. So GBP JPY, if we go back to that, we're now in that trade. Basically what we were looking at before was the exact same trade, but it was somewhere around this region. So we'd already came back up, you know, we had broken these lows, created a lower low, and now we'd created a lower high because we failed to book this high. And now, of course, once you print a lower low after a lower high, that's new bearish structure, which signals the sellers are back in the market. The sellers are taking control of the market, and then it's like, where do the sellers plan to take this? Well, a very easy target is that 50% retracement of this initial move up. So we've already hit the market there before, so that's a very likely place to make it, to set our take profit, and our take profit, as long as it matches there, use 3.7 as the risk to reward ratio. Anything lower than a 3 we tend to stay away from, just because you want to have a good return on your money, and if you're risking 2%, you could be making 6% on a trade, which is exactly what we want to be doing. So GBP JPY, we're minus 2%, we're back in again. So CHF JPY was plus 4% and then minus 2%, which made us minus 2%. GBP JPY minus 2%, so we're now at break even. We had Euro NZD, which was also minus 2%. We'll be going to that. You'll be able to see exactly what we're looking at here. Is actually, I mean, if you take away the top of this channel here, you could actually argue slightly that this might have been an ascending triangle. If you just take this here, see prices bumping off this level and off it, bumping off it, but every time it's bumping off it, prices getting closer and closer, which of course buyers are going to break through, and that's exactly what they've done. Took us out of stop loss because we did actually have the top of this channel here like an ascending triangle, but of course it's pushed through, took the money, so that was minus 2%, so it's minus 2% all in all. And then if you go back to CHF USD JPY, we had plus 3%, and that's an interest pair that we're actually in right now. As you can see here, a very, very nice trade that we're currently in. I think we had entered somewhere around here, and we got this little push up because we had seen that hammer candle here. And sometimes price won't actually come all the way into this level. You have to sort of be lenient with, you know, the price action. Has there been a really big candle, or has there been a candle of significance printed close to but not actually on the trend line or the support zone, or the trend line and support zone matched up like we tried to do here? But could one argue that we actually had support on this level here, not just on the trend but an actual support zone? If we move that down a little bit, was there something that we missed? And then absolutely, you see we've had perfect touches here, 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 amazing touch here. This is what we're looking for when the market really extends like that and then wicks away hard and fast. So now that could have been actually a level that we just, that the level we did drew was close enough for us to actually take that trade and match up with trend line. So I mean, we do expect this to hit target. Our target is basically just looking to the left here and seeing where the price action started this in the wedge pattern into the trend line. So now we're going to trade it all the way back up to the top, and that put us at plus 3%. And now 𝗙𝗵𝗋𝗄𝗏 again minus 2%, which let's just go over it. So minus 2 is minus 6, then plus 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 taken away 6 is minus 1, plus 1, sorry, and then minus 2% of 𝗙𝗵𝗋𝗄𝗏 brings us to minus 1%. So if we go back to that, we actually entered another trade. I think it was on this one here, and our stop loss was behind this high, and it came back up again to retest the double top. Sometimes these things happen. You can't really forecast them. You just have to be aware that price action won't always move away from a level the first time round. It might take a second and third touch, and then if it takes any more touches after that, that's where it starts to get suspicious. So we are in a couple of trades. We're in 𝗙𝗵𝗋𝗄𝗏 now, as you just see me entered live. We're in USD/JPY now, and we're also in Aussie NZD. And we're going to see how this plays out. Minus 1% for the week. We want to try and finish strong. The past 2 weeks, we have been we are up 10% in the second week of the month, 7% in the third week of the month, and the last week of the month. Technically, I know we're spilling over into June now, but this week is break even, almost minus 1%. So 17% minus 1%. We're up 16% for the month because we're not actually counting the first week, because we started tracking in the second week. So we might actually take last month the 17% and just make June. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to make June completely fresh. Currently minus 1% for the month, 17% for last month, minus 1% for this month. So hopefully we finish strong for the week. And we have one more trade that we are currently looking at to take, and it will be if we manage to find price action on this level, give us a really good solid indication that buyers have rejected sellers and we are stepping out of the market, because we do have that squeezing price action. We've had that nice leg up, we're having that squeezing price action coming down into a really key level. So very interesting level and pair to be watching for buyers to sell, buyers to step back in the market and knock the sellers out, gaining control. And of course our target would be long term, the tops of these highs here. But as you can see here, we throw a Fibonacci at the bottom of these lows to the tops of these highs. Let's try and find, you can see here it's sort of just below just above, sorry, the 0.786. This is a really deep retracement of the initial move. So this has been the push and this is the retracement. So when price action is squeezed like this and it comes off the back of a big move, the market likes to fill gaps. Okay, so the market will like to fill gaps, and it'll like to fill this gap or this gap or this gap. It depends how far down the market's going to go. If we come back down, create a low, we've broken these lows here, and then a lower high, then it's new bearish structure, and then we could go all the way down. But the fact that we're in a squeezing price action pattern known as the descending wedge, and a high level of resistance, and then coming off the back of this big push, we can safely assume that buyers will step back into the market. But we need to find out when they're going to step back into the market. We need to time our entry. We need to make sure the risk to reward is great, and we're not putting our stop loss in a place that is liable for liquidity probes or market manipulation or institutional moves. Of course, we also have to keep up to date with fundamental analysis. We're going to update the group with any fundamental analysis that we need to keep an eye on for the rest of the week. And like we say, hopefully we finish strong. So that's all the trades we've taken this week, so all the trades we plan to take. It's also the trades that we are currently in. I'm actually managed to enter one live. I'll be pissed if we don't get in on 𝗙𝗵𝗋𝗄𝗏, because it's been 2 losses this week so far. The setup is still brilliant. The setup is still there. The market's just been a little bit out of the box. So we're going to be patient with that one, and hopefully we finish the week strong. Please, any questions, send them in the chat, send them in the Facebook group, send them on Instagram, send them on Telegram, send them whatever way you can, and we'll be happy to help. Anybody who is struggling, swallow some pride and some ego and just ask for help, because there's nothing worse than not asking and then losing money and then getting stubborn and continuing to lose money and then asking for help when the money has run out. Try and do that before, and we will help you as much as humanly possible. So that is everything that we're looking at for the end of the week. We're going to hopefully close this one out strong, and send us any questions and we will get back to you as soon as possible. So that's been the market recap. The next time we will be on live will be the weekly watch list, which will probably be Friday or Saturday, but we will keep you updated there. So hope everybody has a great rest of the trading week and manages to finish it strong. So until then, we'll see you in the next one.